Go.
Okay, so this is Face Shield Assembly 101. These are the plastic parts that we will be getting from each of the 3D printers. This is the bottom of the shield, this is the top of the shield. And the first thing to do, we've asked them to clean the parts off, but sometimes there's threads and you want to clean it off. A great thing to use on these is a file and to clean the threads off, and then use your hands to get the threads off. And I usually let the threads dump into a trash can. And then since this is the part that's actually going to be along the head of the person, after you clean off all those threads, if there are any, run sandpaper or a file along here, especially if there are any bumps or anything like that. And then, go ahead and clean off the base of any threads. Most of those should be fairly clean by the time you get them, but sometimes they're not. And then you take the transparency, and what I'm doing is making sure that the transparent side is on the outside versus the paper side. And some of the transparencies you get may not have any of that. Just try and put your fingerprints around the hole areas, because those will get covered up by the shield. And what we want to do is we're going to attach it to the 3 holes on the top, and we're going to have some red or whatever color of because the plastic could be different colors. You're going to have some of that showing at the top, because you could do it this way, but that's going to make the shield actually shorter if you did it at the top like that. So we're going to turn it this way, where you actually have plastic showing at the top. And then when you get over to the 3rd hole, you have to stretch it a little bit and pull it in. You hear that? And now you know it's kind of secure. If it's not secure like that, put it aside. It's not working. It's not right. It needs to be secure for the folks that we're getting into. And then the base. Now on the bottom, or the base that goes on the shield, what you want to do is basically you're going to have the bottom of the base lined up with the bottom of the shield like that. And so, because you could put it on like this and then the plastic would be hanging off, and we don't want that. So what I'm going to do is put it where we go bing, and then bing, this next hole, and then this last one you might have to stretch a little bit to get it on. And then basically you're going to have the plastic pretty level with the transparency by the time it's finished. And voila, we're almost finished with the shield. This is what we're working for. Hi guys. Okay, and then the next thing we do, and you can have these prepped in advance, but and it can work with 2 rubber bands, but lately we've been doing 3. And what you do is you just create a little loop there, and you bring it through, and just like that, and pull it, and then do another one. Now, what I've learned for this is you can do it at different places, but we want to get the longest extension possible. So you go like that, and then do the next one where you put it through there, and then loop it just like you did before. Make sure it's extended so you get it the longest distance possible, and pull it. So now we've got 3 rubber bands attached. And then what we're going to do is attach it to the face shield by looping it through there. And then we're going to pull that fairly tight so it doesn't fall off. And you can just leave it like that. What I have been doing is coming across and going like that. And one more thing is, I might do this for you in advance, but if I don't do it in advance, I'll be right back. I'm coming. Cut off the corners. If the corners aren't already cut, just cut off the corners. You don't want any, really pokey places. You just don't want it to poke it, because I'll go ahead and put it on for you. Actually, this isn't, I'm going to take it off how a nurse or a healthcare practitioner or a police person would be using it. And so they would actually take that off, and then how they're going to use it is they're going to slide that on there, and they're going to basically slide it on the other side, and they're going to put it on their head like this, and like that. So when they turn their head like that, they don't want those corners, you know, poking them. So maybe I will have cut them, but if not, go ahead and cut them, and they don't have to be exact. But that's basically what we're working for. I don't know if we're going to get some clips, but if we do get some clips, I tried this with tape, and tape doesn't really work. I mean, it works for a day, but it falls off. I'm not sure if we'll do this to a few of them. Don't worry about it, but eventually we might get some clips, and we might put those on the corners, because that actually makes a little tighter hug, and maybe just a tad more protection. Anyway, that's basically Face Shield Making 101. Thanks for being on the assembly team. We so appreciate it, and it's making a difference in the lives of healthcare workers here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, or whoever ends up getting this. And also, we're getting these out to the first responders too, so thanks for all your help.